Okay. Hey everyone. Hello guys. How are you all? Okay, so we are live. So thanks a lot
Okay,
for
yeah,
this.
sure.
Hey, hi guys. How are you all? So I hope that you all guys are doing good. How are you all in terms of your health? How are you guys doing in terms of your career? How are you guys in terms of your whatever you're doing? I mean, how are you feeling right now after joining this class? Okay, so let me just explain you guys what Let's Upgrade is, what we guys are doing, and after that, let me first ask before we even do anything, from where all you guys are joining. So tell us in the chat. So someone has mentioned Hyderabad, someone has mentioned okay, from where you guys are joining. So please tell me in the chat right now. Okay, so I've just got what, one or two responses. I'm literally seeing no responses in this. Why? What happened? And by the way, I mean, please everyone turn on your camera who's there on this, so that we actually feeling excited. Okay, Kashmir, Jaipur, Kerala, Hyderabad. Okay, are we? Is there so much delay from like time I'm asking and from the time these answers are coming? Okay, so Hyderabad, China. Okay, and then we have got Hyderabad, Rajkot, Gujarat. Okay, great, amazing. Thanks a lot, everyone. So for joining in. Okay, I'm Sai Kiran. I'm the person who started Let's Upgrade 2 years back, 2 to 3. Actually, it was 4 years back. 2 years back, we started operations in all ways. And whatever you are seeing, Let's Upgrade today, it is whatever it taken the shape. It is taken the shape in last 2 years, and we are here in terms of providing you guys and making you all developers who need to go and work in companies like Netflix, Amazon, and various other companies in and out. So that's what our whole end-to-end goal is, and we are very much focused on that, and we are looking forward for every one of you to say that, hey, I want to be a developer and I have joined Let's Upgrade to be a developer. That's it. अगर आपको डेवलपर बनना है तो आप सही जगह पे हो, एंड हम आपको डेवलपर बना के छोड़ेंगे. So that's the whole point what I'm trying to say. Okay, so welcome on board guys, every one of you. Now let me just go ahead and introduce your mentor, trainer, faculty, guide, everyone. That is Sanjay Kumar, and Sanjay Kumar is
Hello.
our faculty for this whole JavaScript program, and he's an amazing person in terms of all the way he teaches. Okay, so he has got amazing level of students attending his sessions, more than 1000, 2000 plus by now. And if you want to be a top notch developer, just make sure that you attend all these classes from Sanjay. And it's like simple 1 hour of your class every day, and you will make sure that you are doing amazing level of stuff in development. You will get started in JavaScript. JavaScript is the language which is used for most of the modern applications right now, web
Yes,
applications.
sir.
And if you guys are on the track of being a developer and going into companies which actually make a mark in this ecosystem, just stick to this program. That's one point. Now coming to the second point, this is a free of cost program. This is an essentials program which will explain you how to be a developer, and once you are well versed with what you need to achieve, then you will go ahead and you can think about being a full stack developer. So before thinking of being a full stack developer, essentials is kind of the experience what you get. So just make sure that your this experience is going top notch, attending all the classes on time, and making sure all the things you are doing is on time. Okay, so now uh, one last thing which I just want to mention. please let us know all your feedbacks in all the places, and we are looking forward to it. ओके हम लोग एक्चुअली आपके फीडबैक्स देखते हैं ताकि हमको पता चले कि यार हमको करना क्या है. ठीक है, अभी नहीं क्या ऐसा मत सोचो कि डोंट थिंक लाइक आई मीन वी डोंट रीड योर फीडबैक्स और डोंट रीड योर प्रॉब्लम्स व्हाट यू गो थ्रू व्हाइल अटेंडिंग दिस ऑल क्लास. वी आर हियर, हम लोग हैं आपके साथ. Okay, we will literally hold your hands, and until unless you don't complete this JavaScript essentials program, we will not leave you. Okay, by end of this 3-day program you will be a very good developer who understand the basics, and you can actually go to the uh, uh, few mentors and say that hey, I know the basics, now I'm ready for getting into the advanced stuff. So that's the whole point, guys. So thanks a lot for joining in, and over to you, Sanjay.
Okay.
Thanks a lot for Sanjay for agreeing to teach these all students whom we have got here. So all the students here, just go ahead and listen to what Sanjay is saying. He's a very good at making sure you guys understand. He will ask you tons of questions here and there. Okay, until unless you guys are not so familiar with what is going on. Okay, so Sanjay will keep on asking you कि, hey, what's your question, what's your question, what's your question, question क्या समझ आ रहा है नहीं आ रहा है. So that's his habit, and he'll do that for sure in this class also. So just make sure that you are asking your all the questions, and हम लोग यहाँ पे we guys are here just to make sure that you all attend these classes and get to know how to be a developer. That's it. And I'm Sai Kiran. Please follow Let's Upgrade on Instagram and on YouTube. Subscribe. Lots of exciting content is going to come up very soon, and we're going to do tons of giveaways, which is going to happen very soon, very very soon. Okay, so that's the whole point, guys. So thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for actually joining and giving yourself a chance to be a developer. Okay, so now over to you, Sanjay. I'm going backstage. Bye
Yeah,
bye.
sure.
Take care. Have
Yes, sir.
all the best.
Okay,
And
sir.
if anything, okay, for all the students, I'll meet you guys again in the end of the session, end of your session, and we will take things from there. Okay, bye bye.
Okay, sir. Thank you, Sai sir, for giving me a kickstart. Hello, guys. As sir told you about me, myself, Sanjay Kumar, and I'm a full stack developer for the past 3 years. And I've been working with the startups, and also I've developed some of the products. So let's start our today's session. I hope you are excited. So just let me know in the chat if you are excited, guys. And I'm gonna ask you a ton of questions. Yes, that's for sure. And I will make sure that you understand each and everything from basics, because it's my habit to start from the basics. And I think someone asked in the chat that is it necessary to know about HTML, CSS? Basically, you need not to be a master in CSS and HTML to know about the JavaScript. And let's start our today's session from very basics, from introduction of JavaScript to actually what programming language actually means and how this all thing works. Okay, so let's start. So just let me share my screen and do let me know if you're able to see my screen. Mm, Let me just share my screen. So my screen is visible to you. Just let me know. I hope it is, because there is a lag in the stream. So I am just going to assume that you are able to see my screen. And am I audible also? Just let me know. Yes, okay, let's start. So before starting anything, let me just tell you about what actually web development is and what actually programming language is. Okay, so let's go on a white screen. So here we have a white screen. Let me pick out my pink pen because I am wearing a pink t-shirt. That's why I'm just going to use a pink pen today. So the what actually web development means is web development is nothing just when you're building an application that is like available on the internet. It could be anything, a website, application, a software that is connected to internet. Everything that comes under the internet or whole thing is is just a web development. Okay, to be exact, it's a full stack web development. Okay, so now in this session we are going to learn about the JavaScript. So I know, let's just assume that you people know about the HTML and CSS, like a little bit of basics of HTML CSS. So in HTML and CSS you mostly make a basic web page. You just use these tags like h1 to just like give some kind of heading. Then you use paragraph and like line break and hr to give a line, and CSS to style these things. Okay, so let me just break your hearts and tell you that most you can do just by using HTML CSS is that you can just make a Wikipedia page. So that's most you can do. Let me just show you a Wikipedia page now. So let me just open my Chrome browser. Okay, so let's just go on a India Wikipedia. Okay, so you can just most you can do with HTML CSS is just you can make a Wikipedia page. Okay, so there is our Wikipedia page. Mm, let's just it open. Okay, so here we have some kind of headings, a paragraph, and some hyperlinks, but there is no interactivity. So what I meant by interactivity is that I want something to happen when I click somewhere. I want something to happen dynamically, like in Instagram. As soon as you scroll, you get some more post, and you can send messages. You can like post. You can't do this in this thing. Okay, you can't like a post by just using HTML and CSS. So that's where a JavaScript comes. Okay, so JavaScript is a programming language that is going to enable our simple website to have some superpowers. Superpowers like our website is gonna talk back to the user. So it's gonna be like experience from both the sides. It's gonna look like a Facebook, regular Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, or these kind of most popular websites. So you will be able to develop these kind of things using JavaScript. And why JavaScript? Because JavaScript is one of the most popular language right now in the world. So you can make websites using JavaScript. You can make mobile application using JavaScript. You can make complete web servers. The Netflix server, I think most of you know about the Netflix. So these Netflix servers are using JavaScript behind the scene. And also so computer softwares. Here's a VS Code. I think you know about VS Code, but don't worry, I'm going to tell you about this. So here we have a VS Code, and this VS Code has been built just by using JavaScript. So that's the power of JavaScript. So I hope you are excited to learn this JavaScript thing. So JavaScript is a programming language. Okay, so let me just know, are you like excited to know more about JavaScript? Do let me know in the chat. So JavaScript is a programming language. Now, what actually is a programming language? So let me just tell you that our computer can just understand zeros and one. So our computer is so dumb, it can't understand anything other than zero and one. And unfortunately, I can't talk in zero and one. So I need a connection between a computer and me so that we can talk, and I can tell my computer to do certain kind of things. Like I can tell my computer to make a website, or like to make a software, or to do kind of calculations and these kind of things. And these kind of things are enabled by just using programming language. So programming language is a way so that we can talk to a computer, and our computer is so obedient that it's going to do everything that I'm going to tell it. So this is the power of a programming language. And here's a JavaScript. So JS in short form. So that's the programming language that we are going to use because it's so popular. And there is the history of JavaScript is also very exciting, because there is like a complete, you can make a movie on the history of JavaScript, because it's the language that started from being used in a website, and now JavaScript is everywhere. So the journey of JavaScript from just a very basic programming language to a language that is today is a very exciting one. And you're going to learn about these journeys and also. So I think let's start our today's session. There is enough of talking. So let me just start. For that, I think let me just assume, let me know how many of you know about VS Code. Just let me know in the chat. And for those of you who don't know about the VS Code is just a text editor which enable us to code easily. It's like a notepad with like some extra powers. That's all. So you can download VS Code from like its official website. Let's just go to the Google and type VS Code. And you can download VS Code from its official website. Just go over here and download the Windows version. Linux, if you're using, you can go with the Debian. And if you're on the Mac OS side, you can go with the Mac OS version. And it's very simple installation, just like next, and you're ready to go. After that, just use one extension. There is a feature in VS Code that's called extension. So just go to the 1, 2, 3, 4, this tab, and type live server here. live server, and just look for this extension, and you will find it here, and just install it. And you will find ton of tutorials doing this, so I'm not going to waste your time just by telling you how to install the live server. And you will get something go live here, and just click over that, so that we can just start our website. So in the beginning, let me just create a simple HTML page. So here is a very simple HTML page. Let me just clear it. Let's just start from the basic. So let's just create a very simple HTML page. So here I have a very basic HTML page. Okay. So let me just type something like hello. Oh, okay. So let's just type hello here. And once you have created and saved your file, just keep in mind that save your HTML file with the name of index.html. That's all. Okay. And let me just clear this out for you. Okay, then go here, and here you will find a little bit of text written go live, and click over it, and your this text document will be live in a it will be open in a browser. That's all. So that's the HTML that we need. If you know this much of HTML, that's more than enough. So okay, so use a JavaScript in this HTML page. Let me just show you how you can use JavaScript in this page. And later down the line, I will tell you what is JavaScript and all of that. Just go down, you can type script. So script is a tag. I think you know about the tags. So let me just type script. Okay. And let me just tell you one thing. Don't mind my spellings. I am very bad with the spellings. Okay. So just type make a tag script, and inside this you can type your JavaScript. So let me just type single syntax in the JavaScript. Let me just type alert. Don't worry, I'm gonna explain you everything. So I'm just gonna type hello world. Let me just save this for you. And if you can see here, we're gonna get a alert box. It's saying hello world. So as you can see, my browser is saying something to me. So as soon as I open my page, it's gonna say hello world, and as soon as I press OK, my web page is visible. So it's so simple and it's interactive. So this is how you can write your JavaScript in your HTML. But there is a better way to do this. All you have to do, just remove everything, and let's just save. Okay, create a new file. So I'm just gonna create a new file, and you can name this file anything. I'm just gonna name it like my JS, and just keep in mind, keep the extension of that file to .js. Similarly, as we kept our index HTML file extension HTML. Similarly, make a file with extension .js. You can name that file anything. Okay. Now we are gonna write our whole JavaScript in this file. So this is the proper way of writing the JavaScript. And if you're blowing, if your mind is blown, you're like, what is happening here? Don't worry, it's just starting, and we are gonna cover each and everything. Okay. Okay, let me see the chats. Yes, sir, I use the editor. Okay. So let me just know if you have understood everything I have told you till now, so that we can continue. You can use any text editor of your liking. But please don't use Notepad. Okay, we are not living in Stone Age, so please don't use a Notepad or something like Sublime. You can use Atom, you can use VS Code, and there are a bunch of IntelliJ. I think there is one more text editor. So do let me know if you have understood everything. Sir, will it be on YouTube? Yes, it will be on the YouTube after the session. Okay, sir. Okay, then moving on. So we are gonna make a file with name. You can name it anything, and we are gonna write our whole JavaScript code here. And but we have to connect this file with our HTML somehow. So for that, all you have to do is type script and type here src, and it's gonna be a self-closing tag. And this src, type the file name. So I'm just gonna type my js.js. You have to basically go to that particular file. So if the file is in the same directory, you can just type this thing like dot what is it, backward slash, and your file name. Okay, that's all. Now we have successfully joined our JavaScript file with our HTML file. I think you know about this just by using almost this is the way we like merge our CSS file with our HTML. Okay, so that's all. Now we are gonna write our HTML, basically CSS, what we say, JavaScript here. So let me just type here again, hello world. Let's just save it. And where is our document? Let me just open this. I just closed it by mistake. So here you can see we got hello world. Let me just save it for you. We got hello world. So if I type here emoji, so you can see I'm gonna get an emoji here. So hello world, and we got an emoji. So that's very simple. And this is the HTML part, and we have completed our HTML part. You don't need to know more about HTML. That's more than enough. So I have created a base HTML file here. So that's it's gonna look good. Basically, that's why. So I have created this HTML file. So it's just like I have made a template. So it's JavaScript Day 1 course, and I'm gonna share this code with you. So here I've written very basic HTML. So there is some heading and some. This is the announcement that I'm gonna do later. So that's all. And I have done very basic styling. As you can see, I have done very basic styling here. So that's all. So now, like finally, let's start with the JavaScript. So what JavaScript is? JavaScript is a programming language. Why we are using JavaScript? Because JavaScript is so popular and it's everywhere. Believe me, everywhere you are gonna go, you will find JavaScript. If you are in the mobile development, you are gonna find JavaScript there also. If you are in the backend development, you will find JavaScript there. If you are in the web development, there is no running from JavaScript. And also, if you are in the like software kind of things, that again you have to use JavaScript somehow, someday, because JavaScript is everywhere. So you know there is a like in the Spider-Man movie, wherever I see him, the Iron Man, you will gonna find the JavaScript everywhere. So let's just start our first JavaScript line of code. So before that, let me just make you more comfortable with the concept of programming language. So what is programming language? Programming language have some like it's just a language. Programming language. So it's just a language. So like we are talking in English, we are communicating with each other using English. So similarly, like in our language, we have grammar, we have letters, we have like nouns and these kind of rules, how to talk and how to arrange these words and what word is gonna mean what. So similarly, computer language also have some kind of rules and some words and some kind of things, and luckily these rules are not so difficult as the rules of our human language, because I'm not good with English, and like I'm not good with the literature. So I think that the basic English grammar is much more difficult than the JavaScript and any kind of programming language grammar. Okay, yes, you will get the source script. However, the assignment, we are gonna make a very fun game at the end of the session. Okay, so let me just know if you are enjoying the session. Okay, so let me just tell you some of the rules. What is rules? So these rules are called syntax. So these rules are called syntax, and in this programming realm, basically these are called syntaxes. And don't get worried about these school names. Honestly, like I've started coding when I was in the 6th standard, and from that day to now, I have learned one thing, that don't get intimidated by these words. Like programmers have very bad reputation while naming the things. They name things that sound so difficult that you're gonna like, what is this thing? I'm gonna never understand this. What is the syntax, expression, statement? It's like there is a kahavat in khoda pahad nikla chuha, that kind of thing. Okay, so let's just write our first line of code. So there is a line of code called console.log. So just don't get intimidated. There is a line called console.log, and inside this, if you type anything like my name is Sanjay. Okay, so if you type this line basically and open your web page. Okay, let me just refresh this and right click anywhere on your web page and go to the inspect part, and you will find this is called the developer panel. Basically, it's our control panel. If you start your web developer journey, you're gonna spend most of your time in this panel. Okay, go to the console part, and here you will see that we got the output. So this is called the output. So we get some kind of input. That line was an input, and we got output here. So that's the output basically. I just told you so that we can get some kind of output. So let's start. Let's start. Okay. So first concept of our programming language is called basically variables. Okay. So what actually variables is? So variables again don't get by don't get worried about just by these names. So variables are just like some kind of buckets where we can store some kind of values. So now what is these values? What are these values? So these values could be anything. This number. So 10. 10 is a number and it's a value. For very obvious reason, it's a value. So 10 is a value, 1 is a value, 2 is a value. So these are the values. Okay. Again, there are some kind of special values that look like English statement. So basically, my name is Sanjay. So it's also a value. So it is also a value. And the difference is I have written this value between the quotes, these double quote. You can use single quote also. You can use the single quote, like I have used the single quote here. You can use double quote or single quote. And these type of values are called strings. So these kind of values called a string. So there is a basically name each type of value have. So basically, and you don't have to memorize all of these things. You're gonna like understand. All you have to do understand. These are like there are 4 or 5 values that you have to know, and that's more than enough. Okay. So here we have a value, and this is a string. Then we have a value called like numbers. So these values are called numbers for very obvious reason because it's a number. So these are the two kind of values that we are going to use. So these are the numbers and this is a string, and both are values, and we can store these values. And why we are going to store this value? Is it what is the use case of storing these values? Because by storing that values, we can use that value after some time. So like in the programming language, we have to use a value again and again. Like so that's why it's just a good way to save a value. So okay. So how to save that value? There is a syntax for that. All you have to type var, and you can name that bucket. So I'm gonna name this bucket my number. Okay. You can name it anything. So you can name it anything. It's our name. So and I'm gonna store a value of like 99 here. 99 just like I just like the number. So 99. So my number have the value of 99. That's all. And it's the syntax. So it's the syntax of storing a value. We are going to understand each and every part of that syntax. So it's going to be very clear to you. So now I can use this like value instead of 99. Let me just show it to you. For now, I'm just going to use this line. So for now, like for today's session only, just understand that if I write something inside this brackets, it's gonna be shown in that like that developer panel of thing. Okay. So if I type something like 0 here, it's gonna be shown in here. So I can see 0 here. That's all. Okay. Let me just use the Firefox as the browser. Firefox is much more good browser for the development. Okay. So let's just go with the Firefox. Now you can use any browser of your liking. The steps are same. Just right click anywhere and go on the inspect element. Right click, inspect, and you will see this, and you will see a console here. So as I see, I can see the 0 inside here. Okay. So I can see the 0 here. So for now, just understand, if you type anything inside this, you're going to see that thing in the console. So let me just use the 99. Okay. Let's just show the 99. 99, and you will see the 99 here in the console. Let's just go here. So you will see the 99, but I have stored the value of 99 in this variable. So I can use this variable instead of that 99. So let me just type my number. Okay. And you will see 99 here again. So you can use this line as number as much as you want. So I'm going to do console log again, and you will see the 99 2 times in the console. Okay, that's all. So that's the use case of variable to store as a value. Okay, so let me just know if you understood this thing. Okay, Mm, 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 mm. Yes, you will be understanding. I think what is the name? Giri Raj. You will be understanding about the DOM element also. Let me do know in the chat if you understood about what till I have told you. Yes, understood. Yes, you will get the hard copy. Please code also. Yes, I'm coding. You can use the Notepad++ for. My theme is VS Code Material High Contrast. It's a big name. Okay, so shall we? How many days do you provide JavaScript? It's gonna be 3 days of session. And if you want to be a full-blown full-stack developer, we have a program for you, and we just guarantee your placement. Okay, so it's a very good program, and hopefully I can be your instructor in that program if you join. Storing it in a variable for reuse. Yes, 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 yes. You understood. Yes, you understood. Sir, what is the point of printing console as it is not visible to the user? Ashmita, basically, we are going to show that number to the user. But right now, just for the development purpose, because we are a developer now. So we developer just use these kind of things to just like develop our code so that we just don't again like show the user show. It's just faster way of doing things. Finally, we are gonna like display these number and these kind of things to the user also. Okay. Sir, why do we use console panel? We use console panel to basically understand what our code is doing. You will be understanding about that panel more. Okay. Basically, let me check. Last variable value, sir. How to close folder? You can close the folder just by clicking here, and you can close the folder right click. Okay. So this is the way of closing. I'm correct, you're asking this question. In these 3 days essential program, yes. Okay, so let's moving on to our next part. And let me just show you. Let's just save two numbers now. Let me just save a number called NUM. Let's just save 100 here. And let me make another variable num2. And let's just save another number here. Okay. So there is a concept of called operation. So there is a thing called operation. Again, don't get worried about these terms. Operation is performing some action over these values. That's all. So we are going to perform some action over these two values. Okay, let me just make my cursor smaller. So we can perform some kind of action over this value. We can perform action over this variable or to these values. Just and for that we are going to use what we are going to use an operator, and there are one bunch of operator and you are going to learn about them one by one. So there is an operator called addition operator, and I guess you understand what this operator is going to do. So this operator basically adds the things up. So let me just perform some of the operation. So let me just add these two numbers 100 and 200. So 100 plus 200, and it's gonna add these two numbers. And now I want this operator is gonna perform the operation over these two numbers, and it's gonna give a result. So the result is going to be 300, but we need a place to store this result so that we can use this result after some times. And I guess you understood where we are gonna store this result. Yes, we are gonna store this result in a variable. So we can store this the result of 100 plus 200 in a variable. And let me just type variable RU as a result. And we can name a variable anything. So I'm gonna use this variable to store the result of this operation, this addition operation that I have performed using the plus operator. So there is I think you understood about most of the operators just by looking at the plus operator. There's a subtraction operator, division operator, multiplication operator, and a bunch of operators. And all of these operators are so easy to learn. Okay. So now I can show this result to the console panel again, and we can show this result to the screen also. So let me just type console.log, and let's just type result here. So if I type result here, we are going to see the result on the screen. So here we got 300. As you can see, we got 300 here. So this is the way of performing some of the action. So now I think it made sense for you to using the variable so that we can also store the results And remember, I told you that we can use this variable name instead of the value, okay? Because this num is equals to 100. So I can use num instead of 100, isn't it? So let me just type num here. And similarly, I can use num2 instead of 200. So let me just type num2 here. So what in behind the scene, it's gonna look like 100 plus 200. It's gonna look like 100 plus 200, okay? So behind the scene, it's gonna look like 100 plus 200 because num is a variable that is storing the value of 100, and num2 is a variable that is storing the value of 200. So as and 100 plus 200 equals to 200, and I have just shown you the result of this result. So it's basically this plus operator is gonna perform an operation over these two numbers, and we are gonna store the result in a variable called result. Okay, I hope you understood. So for your like satisfaction, you can see we got 300 here. So let me know in the chat if you understood this variable and operation thing. Some program use. Yes, we are gonna like understand how the function tomorrow. Okay. Yes, Rishi Kalpa Das. Yes, can you please ask a question again? Sir, there is a spelling mistake in the React.js certificate I got recently. Please help me out. I can. Yes, sure. We will help you out. All you have to do is like contact our basically our contact the Let's Upgrade. And again I'm gonna tell you tell my team about your problem. Okay. Okay, I think you understood. Okay, so before moving on, basically this is the smaller thing, like basic thing we are gonna cover this session. And I would like to tell, if you're like if you are liking my teaching style, you can like hire me as a personal trainer, because we have a course for the full stack web developer. Because there is a there's a field in the web development part. There's a front end part and there is a back end part. The front end engineer mostly do the front end things like designing the thing, like designing your web page, and the backend developer, they basically do the hardest thing, because they type the code that actually make our whole system work, like the Instagram, how we actually gonna like this thing and how data is stored and these kind of cool things. So a person who can do both is called the full stack developer, and we have a course for you for that. So all you have to do is visit our website letsupgrade.com. Let me just show you to you again very quickly. So let me just open Let's Upgrade. Okay, so you can go to our website, Let's Upgrade. Uh, 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 I think I have misspelled. Yes, Let's Upgrade. And here, just go to the Start Learning. Here you can just click over here, and you will find a full stack web developer course. Okay, so this one. So this is the course, and all you have to do is to enroll in this course, and you can type like go to enroll. But before that, I'm going to share a link to you, and go over to that link. Let me just show that link to you. So you will find this link in the chat, and all you have to do is to type your name, email address, phone number, and what kind of full stack development course you wanted. So there is two kind of full stack course we have. One is first one is for web development. The second one is for the data science. And if you're a student or working professional, you can mention the details here. Then when you want to like join this course, and all you have to do is to like save it, and we will contact you. And our course like give you one-to-one teaching, like I personally I'm gonna teach you every day, and I'm gonna make and like make sure that you understand everything from the basics to a professional industry class full stack developer. And we guarantee you the placement in the like best companies out there. And we are going to mentor you, and also we are going to cover up so many of projects. Okay, so if you want, you can join. So moving on, so let's moving on. So here I have just stored, we have performed a plus operation, and we have saved our result in a variable. So there are so many of operations, so let me just go through them very quickly. So there is a multiple, so multiplication operation. So this is basically a star thing. So you will find that over this basically 8, and all you have to do is shift plus 8, and you will find this asterisk sign. So it's gonna multiply these two numbers. So let me just show you the result very quickly. Let me just do it side by side so that we can see the result. So here, 100 multiplied by 200, we got, what is this, 20,000. Okay. Let me just type any number here. So let me just type a random number. You can type any random number and it's going to show the multiplication. Basically, the multiplication is going through the like ax to the power of, let me just make the number smaller. So here we got the multiplication within seconds. Then we have division. So backslash is used for the division. So we are going to divide the number 1 by the number 2 and we are going to get the result in the console. So here we got our result. And the division of this number by this number is 0.011 something 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 something. Then we have subtraction. So if you're going to subtract, we are going to get the negative value because the first number is smaller than the second number. So these are the operation, and we call these operators arithmetic operation for very basic reason. So does any prerequisite for the data science? No, you all you have, because our course are designed for the very beginner, and we offer, like, we just personally I feel like that every person who joins my session is a noob. Like, he is a person who born yesterday. So I teach every people like that, and my goal is to make you understand, like, make you industry class developer, so that within like 6 months or the whenever the course is going to complete, you're going to be a full stack developer. That's going to be a level of industry level. Okay. So are you excited for the course? Okay. All you have to, for the details about the course, all you have to do, like, fill that form, and you're gonna find that form in the chat. As you can see, there is a link in the chat. You will find that link in the chat, also in the description, and you can just go over there. I'm just gonna share that link for you, and also you are going to find that link in the description also. So this is the link. All you have to go and fill up the form. I'm gonna explain you that filling of that form at the end of the session again. So, like, keep it with me. I'm gonna tell you about the form also. Okay. To learn the Flutter, do we need to know about the Java? No. To learn the Flutter, you don't need to know about Java, C++. The Flutter uses programming language called Dart. But yes, I have shared the link. So for that, you have to use a programming language called Dart. So, but it's better if you understand some previously programming language, because Dart is not so easy to learn, because it's a program language that particularly developed by the Google. Okay. Uh, Karthik, you have to fill that form, and we will connect with you, and we will tell you all the details. Okay. So let's moving on. So we have like made a variable. We saved some kind of values to that variable, and also we perform some of the operations over the variable. Okay. So let me just tell you one more thing. There is a very important concept in every programming language called expression and statements. And what if I tell you that you already know about the statement and the expression? So it's a very basic and important concept in programming language. So expression basically is a value or something that generates a value. Okay. So what is expression actually means? So for this thing and this thing is a value. So we also call this thing expression. Okay. And something that gonna generate some value. So like some of the operation, because operation generate a value, because 2 plus 2 is a 4 and 4 is a value. So 4 is this 2 plus 2 is also expression. That's all. So basically this thing is a expression, and also this thing is also expression, because it's a generating a value. And again, what is a statement then? So a statement is nothing, just whenever we tell something, whenever we are going to tell our computer to do something, so that's a statement. So basically it's storing of some of the value somewhere, and we are gonna like use some of the more complicated statement down the line. So this is a statement, because here we are telling our computer to add these two number and store this the result in this result variable. So it's a statement. So as I told you already, you have understood about the expression statement. Expression is just something that have value. So these things are called the expressions. It is also expression. like 100 plus, I'll show this to you. It is an expression because it's have a value of 600. And if I store this thing somewhere, so it's a statement because I'm storing the value somewhere. Okay, so that's only the thing I wanted to tell you. And there are some rules while writing a programming language, and these rules are very, very easy. Just give me a second. Sir, we can do a game development. Yes, you can do game development in the JavaScript. Also, we are going to make a game at the end of the session. Yes, okay, let's start. Can you show that again? Connect the JS file in the HTML. Yes, sure. Why not? I'm there for you always. So it's very easy. Like in your HTML file, just go at the bottom of your HTML file and type this tag, script tag. Okay, it's a tag like h1, h2. Similarly, it's a tag, and all you have to do, like type src and equals to, and type the path of that file. And here's the file named script.js, and all you have to do, like mention the path of the file, and that's done. So it's so easy. And why we are doing it at the bottom of a page? Because JavaScript is little bit heavier to load. So we want our whole page to load first, then we want our JavaScript to load. So that's the reason behind why we type our JavaScript at the bottom of our page. If you are wondering why I have not typed this script tag at the starting of the page, so that was the reason. Okay. Again, there are some more few reasons that are that's beyond the scope of this session. Okay. So moving on, I think you understand about the variables, the values, and you also printed something in the console panel. So let's just show something on the screen also, and let's just take some kind of input from the user. So there is a like a function basically. There's a thing by that we can take input from the user from that control panel. So for that you have to type prompt, prompt, and again you don't have to memorize all these things. Okay, type prompt and type a message in the string format. Again, string is also a value. So you can type the, let me just make a variable called message, and let's just store uh, tell me your name. Okay, so it's a value, and just type the message here. And don't worry, let's just show what you're gonna see. So if I refresh my page, you can see I got a prompt from my browser. Tell me your name, and you can type here. I can type Sanjay. Okay, let's just press OK. So now what? Like I have the open, we have opened a prompt. Basically, that was a prompt. To open a prompt, just use that prompt. And these are the functions. You will understand about these functions tomorrow in tomorrow session. Okay. So we use a function called prompt, and there we have a message. Anyways, you can type that this message directly here. You could have also done this thing also. It's going to be perfectly valid, and it's going to show you this prompt. And here you have to type like the user is going to type their name. So I have typed Sanjay. So where now we have to store that typed value somewhere, and guess where we are going to store that value? I think you can guess. Again, yes, we are gonna store that value in a variable. So let me just type var, and let me just make a variable called name. So here I've made a variable name, which is equals to prompt, and the user is gonna type tell me your name, and we are gonna get the name. Let's just show that name in the console. Okay, that's why we use console, because it's so quick to do things. So let me just type name here. Okay, let me just type something here. Let me just open my console. Let's just go with the Firefox one, because I like the Firefox one much more. Okay, so let me just, here we got our prompt, tell me your name. Let me just type Sanjay here. Let's press OK. As you can see, I think I misspelled something. Okay, let me just give a second. Okay, I'm going to tell what happened actually. Okay, let's just type, let me just make it smaller. So let's just type Sanjay, and let's place. And here I got my name in the console. So I can get the input from the user. So let's try to do some cool things. Okay. So let's just take the age. So what's your age? What's your name? No, let's go with the age. Also take the name also. You can take multiple inputs anyways. Okay. So let's just take the name and the age. So here I'm going to store the name equals to prompt what is your name, and let's make a variable called age, and here let's just take the age input. Okay. Now let's just show a message and show a message to the browser. We say use alert. So alert is also a function that is similar to the prompt. The prompt takes input from the user, alert shows something to the user. So let me just type here hello, and you can add the strings. You can add the string. Okay, so let me just add the string. Okay, this is the way to add the string. And before moving on, let me just show you one thing. So if let me just make a variable called result, RUSLT, and if I add two numbers like 100 plus 200, I think you guess the answer. We are gonna get 300. But if I add a string like hello, and let's just add world. So if strings are also a value, so basically we can add this string, and what we are gonna get at the end of the result, we are gonna get basically these string are gonna merge. So let me just show this to you. Console.log result. So you will see. Okay. So let me just type something. I think I haven't basically I forgot to save. So we got hello world here. Basically both the string joined. And also you can add a number to a string also. I can add a number to the string. So I can add 10 here. So it's gonna be converted to hello world plus 10. So this is the thing that happens. So hello world 10. So that's the thing I'm gonna use here. So I'm gonna add this string. So here I'm gonna take the basically the value from the username value, and here I'm gonna type the hello plus the name. Let's see what we get in the output. So let me just type Sanjay and okay, and what's your age? 2, and let's get hello Sanjay. So I got a response from the browser and it's saying hello Sanjay. So we can do a bunch of things using, because now we have power to get the input from the user. So we can like literally mix a wonderful things. Okay. So are you understanding these things? Do let me know in the chat if you this class how will be over time. So we are gonna like increase our, because personally let me tell you, you never gonna find my class difficult, because I make all of the concepts so easy to understand, so that it thinks you gonna feel like that these things are so easy to do. But let me make you understand that these things are so hard to do, because if you understand about the variables, let me just tell you, people take more than 1 day to understand just about the variables, and here you are understanding about the variables within 15 minutes. Okay. AWS needs JS? No, AWS don't need JS. But what you are going to do with the AWS if you don't know about full stack web development or something about the backend web development? So first you have to cover up these courses. Like you have to learn about the backend. Minimum you have to learn about the backend. Then you can learn about the AWS. Or you have to like understand about the front end part also. So yes, you can use the script tag in the body also. Yeah, sure. Pushpanjali, you can use the body script tag in the body also. Okay. Okay. So, are you understanding things? The most entire programming language. Yes, it is more because the thing is JavaScript is so like it's so popular and widely accepted language that you are gonna find this language everywhere. Like in the Stack Overflow, there's a thing called Stack Overflow, where you kind of find the answers, and there are like lakhs of answers, lakhs of JavaScript developer. And a spoiler alert, JavaScript developers are one of the most highly paid developers. Basically they are the Python developers and the JavaScript developers. So these two developers get the most high skill paid. Okay. what we are typing in the prompt box. Okay, so basically, don't prompt is a way. So basically, if you type prompt, basically this thing is gonna pop up something over the browser, and it's gonna in the part you type here, that is gonna shown in that prompt. Okay, let me just show it to you. So if I refresh, so here we got a prompt, and we here we got what's your name, and anything the user types. I am the user now. I am the user. So anything the user types, it's gonna be stored in this variable. So if I type Sanjay here, like Sanjay and my age, and you will see hello Sanjay here. Okay, so we can store that typed result in a variable, and we can use that result later down the line. Vinod, yes, what you want to be explained? Is JavaScript similar to basically all of these languages are similar to each other. The use case is very much different, and JavaScript is little bit different than other programming language. It's little bit different. Okay, Vinod, can you please ask your question again, because I missed your question. Uh, 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 Let me just try to find a question. What game, sir? We are gonna make a game that's where we're gonna guess the number, and we are gonna I'm just gonna show you that game. Don't worry, it's gonna be very exciting. Okay, Oracle data. Yes, you can connect any database. When you write console.name, why did you get the error? Oh, so that no, that error was not. I think you are talking about this error. Let me just tell you. I was about to tell you about this error. Okay. I think you are talking about this error. Am I right? Yes, prompt and I'm going to explain that part again. Don't worry, Vinod. I'm going to explain. Before moving on, let me just tell you one more thing. That's the last thing, basically. That you can name your variable anything. Anything you want. You can name your variable anything. But there is a catch. There are some rules while naming your variable. Like there are some rules while naming us. So like there is a rule of when you are born and what is your what we say zodiac sign and these kind of things. So similarly, these programming language also have some of the rules. These rules are very easy to understand. One rule is you cannot. Let me just type these rules. You can never start a variable name with a number. So that's the first rule. So let's just make variable here num and 10. So let's just name this variable again and again. Okay. So I can never start a variable name with a number. So I cannot do this. It's gonna show me an error, and it showed and identify immediately following number, etc., etc., etc. Okay. So you can never start a variable name with a number. Also, you cannot use special signs like this sign or ampersand sign, like star sign in your variable name. Okay. The sign you can use is underscore. Underscore you can use, and I think you can use the dollar sign also. So these two, other than these two special symbols, you cannot use anything. Also, you cannot name a variable a keyword. And what are these keywords? Keyword are some of the names that has been reserved by the JavaScript. So like you cannot name the variable where. So because now how the JavaScript is gonna understand what is the where and which one is the where. So basically there are some keyword like if and also while, and these are the thing that you can never use as a there's not a lot of keywords. I think 250 300 keywords most nothing more, and that's all. That's all. And also name, you cannot name a variable name, so it's gonna give you error. So there's a internal functioning, that's why it's gonna be happening given an error. Otherwise you can name a name, and you can use the capital letter, small letter, you can use underscore, you can use the number afterward. You can use name number afterward, like number, and it's completely fine. But just don't start your variable name with a number. That's all. You can start your variable name with anything, just don't start a variable name with the number. That's all. So that are the rules. And coming to the prompt part, so there are some functions. There are some functions. So what are these functions? Again, don't get intimidated about this name. So function is just like a small code that performs something, some actions. So we can make our own functions, and JavaScript give us some pre-built function, that those functions that are little bit harder to make. So console.log is a function. So basically it's a function. And what is the use of this function? This function displays the result in the console panel. So if I write something here, hello, so it's gonna be shown in the console panel. As you can see, let me just refresh this thing. So we got hello. And there's a function called alert, and it's gonna show a pop-up. Hello, I am alert. So it's gonna show a pop-up. As you can see, we got hello, I am alert. In every browser, there is a alert shows in a different way. So here we got hello, I am alert. Similarly, we have a function called prompt. Prompt. And inside the prompt, here we have to type a message inside this prompt. So what mostly we ask a question here. What is your name? Anything you want. You can like leave this blank also if you want. And what this function do? This function give a input field to the basically user, and user can type something, and we can store that, and we can store that in a variable. So that's all. So that's the prompt is. So let me just close everything. So here we got hello, I am alert. Then we got I think I forgot to save this. Let me just save this. Okay. And let's just console this result. Okay. Let's just console this result. So let's just RURES. So prompt is a function that gives a user a basically input field, and I can type something here. And if I type Sanjay here, that value is going to be stored in this variable res, and we can use that value later down the line. That's all. So I think I forgot to do the console logs. Okay, let me just save this. Sanjay, and you will find Sanjay's console.log. So that's all. And how to know if something is a function or not? Functions are very easy to like you can understand, like you can find a function very easily. Functions have these two brackets at the end of the syntax basically. So as you can see, all of these three things something have something in common. All of these three things basically have basically these parentheses at the end. So these three things are functions, and they perform something. So do you understood? So as I told you, these are the function and they perform something. Alert is a function. If you type something inside this, a value, you have to type a value, a expression, anything value. This number is a value. You can type any value, and it's gonna show this thing on your like pop-up. You will find that pop-up. I think you have seen this pop-up many on some of the website. You will see this pop-up. Prompt is and console log is a function that's gonna show the value that you have provided inside here in the console part. So if I type hello here, you will find hello here. So here we find hello. And prompt is a function that's gonna show up pop out where user can type, and we can save the result into anything. So prompt is only the function where we have to store the result. That's why we store this thing in a variable. I think you understood. Sir, why don't we put variable name in the code while consoling? Okay, a very good question. So let me just tell you. So this thing is a string. Okay. So I think here is the world. Ask me a question. Why we are using like double quote, and why we are not using writing variable name inside the double quote. So if I make a variable my var here, and the value is 100, so if I and it is a string, basically it's a string. So if I type the variable name inside the string, so as you can see, it is looking like a string. So JavaScript gonna understand like, okay, it's a string, so it's gonna show my var. So it's gonna show the my var, it's gonna type that my var. So that's why we don't type variable name inside that code. So it's like my var, this thing is different than that code. So here we got the 100. So that was our first day of our session. and it was very basic session. So I was just trying to make you understand about the programming language, and today you understood about the variables and some of the functions, and we also took input from the user. And tomorrow we are going to continue, and I hope we will see each other in the tomorrow session. Before ending this session, if you are liking my teaching style, if you want to be a full stack developer, in your future, and if, in general, if you want to, if you're interested in computers, we got a course for you. All you have to do is visit our website, and you will find the course here. But there is an easier way to do that. I am providing a link in the chat, and all you have to do is to go to that. Basically, let me just show you. All you have to do is visit this link. You will find that link in the description also. That link is, let me just find that link for you. Okay, so you will find that link in at the bottom of the part. If you have any queries about the full stack program, you can open this link, and all you have to do. So here is the link. So let me just zoom it out for you. So here is the link. So basically, this is the link, and all you have to do is to click over this link, and you will be welcomed on this page. Type your name, email address, your mobile number, your program that you want to pursue, the full stack web development or the data science. Then if you're a student or a working professional, and when you want to join the course, and we will contact you, because our whole goal is to make you make you a complete full stack web developer. And here are the things that we provide in our course, and there are much more things. I can't even wrap up all of these things in a single session. So here are the course. We give you 100% live learning, because you are gonna get live learning each and every day. I'm gonna personally I'm gonna come to you and teach you. Our we guarantee your job. We build 15 more projects. Then we learn from in our Let's Upgrade. Your instructors are going to be the working professional, the person who have already worked in the companies. Okay, and you are gonna cover up the data structure also in our course, and you will get the certificate also. There is a limited batch student, so we are not like those people who are just going to make a huge batch of 1,000 students, and we are going to cover the syllabus in within days. No, we focus on each and every student. We give personal one-to-one mentoring, and you can just start from very basic. If you're the person who literally born yesterday, you can join our session. So it's very easy to do. Just go to that link in the description here, and click over to this link. And also you will find this link in the chat also. I have mentioned that link here also. So you can we are going to contact you, and I hope you understand today's lesson. And I think I will see you tomorrow also. So bye bye. Have a good night.